there, and welcome back today for another new video. We are going to be doing the high-end makeup tag. I am so excited to do this video today. I love doing makeup tags and I feel like they are so much fun. So I'm excited to share with you all things high-end today and to get into some of my picks for these categories. So let's get into it. Today's tag video is also a collaboration with my good friend Kelly. We are going to be doing this tag together, so make sure to head to her channel. If you are not already subscribed to Kelly's channel, you definitely should be. It is Kbella Beauty and she is just the best person. Me and her get along so well. I feel like she has become one of my good friends in this space. We talk almost daily on Marco Polo and I just feel like she gets me and I get her. I feel like we have a lot in common. We just really click so well. So if you enjoy my channel, I know you guys will love her. She does a lot of makeup content, but she does more chatty videos. So I know I do a lot of reviews. If you want to get into a channel though that's a little more chatty and more using what you have, then definitely check out Kelly's channel. She does a lot of videos focusing on her collection. She has just recently did a full collection video which inspired my collection videos, but she does the Will I Buy It series. She also just does so many good videos. I feel like I could go on and on. So please check her out. If you have not already subscribed to her channel, please do so. Tell her I sent you. I will have a link to her channel down below. And then also this tag was created by Kelly Gooch and Jenna Phrase. So definitely check out their videos as well if you are looking for more of this video. So let's get into it, as I feel like that was the longest intro of life. So first we have, if you could only use one high-end brand, what would it be? So I had to think about this one for a while because I was like, one brand would mean I would need a full face from that brand. And I feel like I would choose, I know this is going to surprise some people, I feel like I would choose Tarte. I'm surprising myself saying that out loud, but I've been getting so into Tarte's products lately. And I just feel like Tarte would be that brand for me right now that would just have something I needed, from every aspect. I know they don't have a lot of color, but I really haven't been using color. And I feel like as I age, I'm just probably not going to want color as much. So I feel like, I don't know, they have to have some colorful palettes too, in the future, I'm sure. I feel like the quality's always been there on their products. And I don't know, I feel like I would just be happy with using them. I was going to choose Huda Beauty because I love Huda Beauty. But I also feel like with Huda, her products, I love them, but I feel like she doesn't have a full range. I mean, I guess she does, but I feel like you'd have to get into the Glow Wish products, and I don't know if that would count technically. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I would choose Tarte. I know this is going to be surprising to a lot of people, but I think that's what I'm going to go with. And then number 2 is, what's the most underrated high-end brand? For this question, I thought of Persona Cosmetics. I love Persona, and I feel like they've gotten a little bit more hype this year, but I feel like they have some amazing products. I've almost I think I have honestly every single thing I've tried from the brand. They just have such great staple products. They have a wonderful eyeshadow formula. I feel like they have great lip products. Their liquid lipsticks are amazing. I just wore the one from them the other day in Holy Grail. I just feel like they do a really good job with every release. Everything is very thought out. Their cheek blushes this year are so good. Their cream blushes, I think they're amazing. So I feel like, yeah, I would probably choose Persona. I can't wait to see what they do this next coming year. I'm hoping they're gonna start dipping into complexion because I feel like they would do a foundation really well. For number 3, it's what's the most overrated high-end brands? And I was trying to think with this. I want to say Pat McGrath because I haven't fully understood the hype with that. But I've only tried one palette from Pat McGrath, so I can't judge the whole brand. So I think I'm gonna choose Natasha Denona. I know everyone's gonna hate me for this, but I think I'm gonna choose Natasha Denona. I get the hype. I feel like her shadows are nice. But I don't think they're this amazing thing. I feel like they're not, in my opinion, they're not this, out of this world formula. I feel like it's good. The quality is very good. I feel like it's really nice. I enjoy the looks they come up with, but I don't feel like the quality matches the price tag per se. I think I can get the same quality looks from other shadows that are, more at an affordable price point. And I mean, I get it. There's a lot of hype around her brand. I feel like a lot of people are stans for Natasha Denona, and I'm just not personally. So I just feel like she's a little bit overhyped. I don't know. It is funny to me too that her brand is as popular as it is for the eyeshadows. I hardly ever hear anyone talking about Natasha Denona foundation or concealer, and I always see her products, her complexion products, on sale at Sephora. So I'm does anyone like those products, or do we only like her eyeshadows? I mean, I know her highlights, sure, but I feel like it's mainly her eyeshadows that I feel like gets her so much hype. So then number 4 is, what is your favorite high-end product under $50? I feel like I'm going to have to go with the Dior blush. The Dior blush. I have became such a fan of that product this year, and I remember it was last year. Whenever I got it, I don't know, I haven't been able to put it down since. I feel like I'm going to hit pan on that blush. It is beautiful on the skin. I feel like it gives you just the perfect amount of blush, just the perfect amount of rosy. It looks so natural on the skin. It blends really well. It lasts really well. It lasts so well on the skin. It's worth every single penny. It's so expensive. Like over $30 for a blush is ridiculous, but it's so good. I love the packaging. It just feels luxe. I just love everything about that product. And then number 5 is, what is a hidden gem from the high-end category that no one talks about? And the products that I thought about from this is the Laura Mercier brow gel. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen. It is such a good brow gel. I have heard nobody talking about it, like hardly ever, and it does such a good job at like lifting up your brow hairs, making them nice and fluffy, lasting all day. It doesn't get like crunchy. Like I like the Anastasia one, but I feel like it makes my brows kind of like crunchy. The Laura Mercier one does not. I feel like I never hear anyone talking about Laura Mercier, so it could be a reason why I don't think she's necessarily mentioned a lot in the beauty community, but definitely love that product. I think it is such a hidden gem. And then number 6 is, what's your favorite high-end foundation? And for this, I'm going to choose the Too Faced Born This Way. That has been such a staple for me. It's such a favorite foundation for so long. There's so many new ones that have came out that I also really love. Like NARS has a really good one, Huda Beauty. Like there's so many that I could pick. But I feel like I always go back to the Too Faced foundation because I just think it's so pretty on the skin. It has a nice natural look, but not too natural. It has great coverage. I just really enjoy that foundation. I think it's great. I've used so many bottles at this point, and it's one that I always go back to. And then number 7 says, what products do you tend to buy more high-end? This is just like a category. So I think for that, I would actually pick concealer. I don't tend to buy too many drugstore concealers, and there aren't really a ton that I am like a huge fan of. I've used some that are like, okay, I like them, you know, I like these, but I don't feel like there's any that I regularly go back to. And I feel like there are a ton of high-end ones that I love so much that I would like just repurchase over and over. So I would think it would be concealer because I don't really think I go for the drugstore category with that as much. And then number 8 is, what high-end brand do you think is overpriced? And I think I'm going to double down on Natasha Denona here because I feel like I said, her eyeshadows are so expensive. Like even her midi palettes are still so expensive for like the palette itself. I feel like she's just a really expensive brand. So I would probably say her. And I'm also leaning towards saying Anastasia. Like I'm kind of teetering there because I feel like the Anastasia palettes are also very expensive and they keep getting like higher in price. And I just don't know that they're like quality-wise at where they used to be. So I just feel like maybe I could like sprinkle that in there as well. And then we have number 9, which is, what's your favorite high-end limited edition product? Funny enough, for this one, I'm actually going to go with a Anastasia Beverly Hills product after I just said that I don't think her eyeshadows are necessarily worth it. I'm going to go with the Sultry palette. I love the Sultry palette. I don't know why that one was limited edition. I think it should be a full product that she always has because in my opinion that's the best Anastasia palette. It's the one I reach for the most. I love the color story. I just love that palette so much, so I will probably pick that. I know it kind of contradicts what I just said, but you know. And then for number 10, what's the best high-end eyeshadow formula? And for formulas, the best high-end formula, I feel like I'm gonna go with Huda Beauty. I think Huda Beauty has my favorite high-end formula because I think that her formulas are very unique and I think they're very special. I also think Patrick Ta's formula is really nice as well, and that's a little bit more high-end, but I would probably say Huda Beauty because I really enjoy her eyeshadow formula. I feel like her mattes are easy to blend. Her shimmers are also very pigmented, very beautiful, and she does a lot of different finishes, which I feel like I like in a brand, so I would probably say her. And then number 11 is the opposite. It is what is the worst high-end eyeshadow formula. For this one, I'm really having a hard time picking like a formula that I think is the worst because I do feel like brands, like high-end brands aren't necessarily consistent. I feel like some palettes are great and then other palettes aren't always great, so it's kind of hard. My least favorite eyeshadow. Oh, I feel like I'm going to pick Too Faced. I think I am going to pick Too Faced because I love some of their palettes, but I feel like they are a little bit inconsistent when it comes to their eyeshadow formula. So for me, I think I am going to go with them because I never know when I get one of their palettes, am I going to love it or am I going to hate it? Even with the newest holiday releases, I feel like some of them were good, some of them were not. So I feel like I'd probably pick them just for the lack of inconsistency. Really, it's not that I hate like their formula per se. It's just that I never know which formula I'm going to get from them. And then number 12 says, high-end brand that you used to love but you aren't crazy about anymore. And I think for this one, I am going to pick Anastasia just because I feel like I haven't purchased an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette since, I think the last one I got was the Carly Bible palette. I feel like the brand just for, in general to me kind of has just like turned me off a little bit. I feel like there was a lot of stuff happening with them and just like the collections that they were coming out with like so fast, and I feel like nothing was like thought out, and I feel like I just lost a little bit of respect for the brand in general, and I really haven't kept up with them since. Like I haven't bought anything from them in years, and I have like no regrets about it. Like there's been a few eyeshadow palettes that have came out that I'm like, I don't really care that I don't have them, so I'd probably say them. And then the next question is high-end product you didn't expect to like but you totally wowed you. So for this one, I think I'm going to give this one to the Tatcha. I know this is like makeup, but it's the water cream from Tatcha. That is a high-end brand. I feel like I was not expecting to get the hype with that. Like that is just a product that everybody talks about, but I was like, I'm not going to like it. Like I'm not going to care. It is such a good moisturizer, guys. It's amazing. I feel like it works so well at filling in the pores. That's why I'm going to include it here because I use it as a primer personally, not really as a moisturizer. I think it is worth every single penny. I swear it's so good, especially as a primer. It's amazing. And then lastly is, or the last question in the tag is favorite high-end eyeshadow palette right now. And currently the one that I've been loving is actually the newest one from Huda Beauty. I think that that's probably my most reached for high-end palette right now, the one that I've like re-dipped into so many times. There's been a couple of new high-end palettes I've been liking, like the new NARS Holiday one was really nice. There's been a few that come to top of mind, but probably the Huda is the one that I've been using the most. I feel like I have that in repeat in my collection that I've been using it a lot. So I'd probably say her newest larger pan palette. But after that, that is going to do it for this video. I feel like I've been sitting here chatting forever, but hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing my answers. I feel like this was a really fun tag to do. Fun to think about all of my answers to these questions. Don't forget to check out Kelly's channel and please give her some love. I'll see you guys very soon with a brand new video. Bye, friends.